Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now today we're going to be doing a little bit of a project video. This is something that I've actually had in the works for a couple of weeks now on this computer right here. This is, if you have not seen my original video on this computer, I'll have a link come up at the top right of your screen right now. Or you can always, go down below in the video description if you would like to see that. But this is the $5 PC version 2 that I recently showcased in one of my thrift store finds videos that I got for $5 at one of my local thrift stores. And what I kind of mentioned at the end of that video, what I might be doing is in a possible future video is seeing if we can get this computer on the internet and seeing how it would handle the modern internet. Because this is a fairly old PC. This is from around the year 2000, so it's about almost 17 years old. And it runs Windows 98 SE, so I was just very curious to see how this thing would actually perform in 2016, almost 2017 on the modern internet. And this video is just going to kind of be the whole process of actually getting this thing on the modern internet and actually going through this whole process, as one of the biggest challenges with working with a older computer like this is that there's virtually no means of communication besides like a classic modem port. And let me kind of show you what I mean here. If I turn this computer around on the side here, or on the back obviously, let me just kind of adjust the camera to give you a little better view here, but you can see that the only port that we can actually use that came from the factory on this computer is a modem. And I'm actually not even sure if this modem came from the factory, because it looks like that a third party, or not third party, but the user, when they bought this computer, that they kind of opened up the case, and because when I was messing around inside this case earlier, I kind of saw that one of the screws was not properly screwed in to the actual bracket. So somebody may have actually installed that modem card, and it may not even have come factory with this computer. So, but yeah, I mean, as it stands right now, the only way of us getting on on the internet is using a 56K modem. But what I wanted to do is see if we could put in a wireless card to this thing and see how Windows 98 would handle that. So I've got kind of two methods of us actually doing that here. So the first one is going to be an internal PCI card from Linksys, and that is a internal wireless, instant wireless card right here that I do believe you have to plug a antenna into the back of it, but it might just work as is. So we're going to be trying this and seeing if we can get a internal wireless card to work that way. And if this turns out to not work, I have a couple of other options. One of them is a USB wireless adapter. This one is from Natopia here. So we could possibly be using this with this computer, and it might actually work. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to be finding all this out in this video, so stick around if you're interested. But the first thing that we're going to be doing is actually installing this PCI wireless card into the back of this computer, as this is kind of going to be the first method that we try first here. So we have all the screws out of the case here, and one of the things that I mentioned in my original video on this computer, or maybe it was my first follow-up video, is that this whole case here actually just kind of pulls off, and that is one of the common designs of these small little form factor computers from the late 90s, early 2000s. So it looks like that we got 4 PCI slots right there. One of them is occupied currently by the modem. Okay, so the PCI wireless card is in this computer, as you can see there. And I'm curious as to whether or not this thing is going to work. If I can get it on camera here, I'm curious if it's going to work without an external antenna or not. I might have one of those laying around, but I might not, so we might get a signal. I'm just curious to see if we can actually, if Windows 98 will actually pick this thing up, and if it'll work properly. So yeah, let's just, I'm just going to put the case back together, and I'll get it, hooked up to the monitor and everything, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got everything hooked up, the lights are down. There is a little bit of light coming from my computer fan here. I can probably block that out somehow. No, that's not going to do anything. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that, but let's just turn this thing on. and see if Windows 98 finds anything. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab a PS2 keyboard and mouse, and we'll try that again. Okay, so we are back. I've picked out the probably the best PS2 keyboard to use, because you can probably hear by that. Yeah, we've got the IBM Model M. I just figured why not. I mean, I haven't used this thing in a while, so I just pulled it out. And I've got like a regular like Dell PS2 mouse or something. So we're gonna turn this thing on and see what we find in like if Windows even pulls or sees that it has a internal Wi-Fi card, which I'm just gonna say right now, I'm gonna highly doubt that it's gonna find anything. But I'm going to be really surprised if it does. PCI network controller, there we go. Yeah, we'll search for the best driver. I don't think I have a driver for it. Okay, so I believe I found a driver right here. I had to copy it over to a 3.5-inch floppy. I was not able to copy like everything in the zip file that I found because it wouldn't fit on one diskette. So I'm going to see if just this one diskette will work, because the only other things was like it was all inside of an auto run folder, so I don't really think that we need that, but we might. I highly doubt it though, so I'm just gonna see if this works properly. I'm gonna copy all this to the hard drive anyway, so let's just see if this thing works. It's pulling everything off the hard drive. So actually I guess we can just run it from the floppy drive. And you can see this was modified in 2002, which kind of gives me hope. You know, like see 2002 over here. So that kind of gives me a little bit of hope, because this might work, because you know Windows XP had only been out for a year, so that kind of works, or that kind of gives me a little bit of hope that this may work on Windows 98, but I have no idea. Okay, we still have not done anything. I mean, I'm sure it's just because the floppy drive is very slow. I wonder if we actually go to reinstall driver and we choose the floppy disk drive. Okay, location of driver, there we go. Windows is now ready to install. And I guess it installed. It just, oh, why do we need the Windows 98 Second Edition CD-ROM? Here we go. Windows 98 Second Edition, right up there. Yes, I did actually go and find this because I do want this to work. I mean, I don't know why it needs this. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, why doesn't it have the files copied over to the hard drive? Alright, okay. File cannot be found. That's because it hasn't read from the CD-ROM yet. Okay, so now it's got to copy stuff from the Windows 98 CD-ROM. Windows finished installing an updated driver for your hardware device. You must restart. I'm not sure if it looks better on video with the light on or not. I don't know. I mean, I guess it looks fine. I don't know. I'm just, the viewfinder on the camera doesn't give me like the best like way or like the best view of what it's going to look like on video, because sometimes it'll look very different on. Now of course I gotta eject the floppy drive because it's gonna, or the floppy disk, because it's gonna try to boot from that, because sometimes like the colors will look slightly different, and I gotta boot from hard disk. So yeah, I guess, you know, let me know guys what you would prefer, if you would want me to do these videos more often. If you kind of like it like this with the light on, I kind of like it like this, to be honest, because you can kind of see more, I guess. I don't know if it's just me, but yeah, so yeah, this might actually work. That was a good searching around for that. I'm gonna be really surprised if this works. I thought for sure I was gonna have to use one of these like USB cards, but to be honest, I don't even know if these things are gonna work, because originally I tried to plug a like USB thumb drive to copy the files over, and it didn't even like recognize that was plugged into the port. Does it need the A drive again? Okay, there you go. Oh, it's just trying to load from it. Okay, well, I don't need it anymore, so go away. So let's see. Are we able to go? Is there like a program we have now or something for? Or should we be able to go to Internet Explorer and just? I mean, I don't see like a wireless thing or anything. It's gonna take you through the MSN thing. This is for a modem. So it is being listed in here as a network adapter along with the dial-up modem. We have an instant wireless PCI card by the Linksys group. So I don't know how we're actually going to utilize it to connect. But it's there. I mean, it's not really giving me an option or anything to, connect to a network. I mean, that's probably because we don't have the software installed. So we might need to pull some stuff off the floppy drive again. Okay, so we are back. It has actually been a couple of days since I last recorded that last segment of the video. What I actually decided to do was to uninstall the PCI card from Windows, and what I've done here is I've actually created a CD. I was able to finally find a blank CD. Well, this one wasn't actually blank. It had some stuff on it, but it wasn't like completely full, because this computer does not have a DVD drive. And what my original plan was going to be to kind of copy everything over, because if you kind of remember from that last clip, we were able to get the driver installed, but we were not able to get the software installed to allow us to see all of our local wireless networks. And so Windows was seeing that we had like a wireless PCI card, and was saying everything was good, but it wasn't letting us, connect to any wireless networks, because I don't think Windows 98 has any software installed like that by default. So this is the software that came with this wireless card. It's on this CD right here, and we're going to reinstall the driver and everything fresh, and see if we can install the program within Windows 98. So I'm going to put this CD in the 98 machine's drive here, and we're going to see what happens. Hopefully this will work. I also did some brief experimentation with the USB card method, and it kind of did the same thing. It would allow me to install the driver that I had, but it did not let me install or like have any software bundled with it that would show me any local wireless networks. So I was kind of at a standstill with that as well. So actually no, I want to do whoops, I did the wrong thing. We want to do search. We're going to do CD-ROM drive. I want to specify location. Actually, I guess I just pressed enter. Okay, of course it's going to say no. Okay, so we're trying to install the driver through this Linksys software program that came bundled with the card. As you can see, it's in a very low resolution mode. It says we got an error but it says that the configuration is complete. So does that mean in control panel, does that mean it's here? Network. Oh, there we go. Instant wireless PCI card. Okay, so there it is. And now I think, is this the software right here? Let's see. Yes. Ah, here we go. Site survey. And now it's going to search for wireless networks. There's my wireless network right there. We're going to put in, the only thing is, oh, the encryption. It only allows web encryption because of the version of wireless. This is only 802.11b. So I don't even think that my wireless network supports web. Okay, so it's saying we are connected. So I wonder if I go opening, Internet Explorer cannot open the search page. Yeah, it's still saying we're offline. So I have a feeling, but that's a good sign. So the site survey thing actually did work. So I think what I'm burning to the CD right now might be our last hope at getting this thing working. So you guys may have seen, and I'm just finishing burning right now, you guys may have seen that with the PCI card, let me just go back here to show you, excuse me, with the PCI card, you can see that it's saying that we are connected, that we have like a good signal and everything. It's saying that everything's good, that we're all connected, but we're still not able to actually connect any websites. But we're gonna try this. I've burned this software to the same CD here. We're gonna put this thing in, and what I've done is I've put in the USB card, the wireless USB card. I've not really done any video footage on that. I might, include some of that in here, but I was able to get the driver installed successfully, and kind of what I was mentioning at the beginning of today's recording session, I guess you could say. I kind of mentioned that I was having the same problem with it. Like, it would say, well, you can see it here in network adapters. It says wireless, USB card. It's all here, but I can't use any software to actually connect to any wireless networks. But I think I may have found a piece of software that might allow me to do that. But this is probably our absolute last hope with this thing. So we're gonna go into, what am I doing? We're gonna go into my computer here, and we're gonna try to run this thing. This is a USB utility. We're gonna see if this thing even runs on Windows 98. I'm hoping it does, and this should work with the USB card that I have. Should. So we'll just see what happens. You can see Notopia 3D Reach down here. That's a good sign. That is the model of the card. It is installing wireless USB card. Is this me, or the camera always looks like cockeyed for some reason? I don't know why. And I guess we have to restart. So we'll do that. I can barely see anything. I really have to fix the graphics driver on this computer. I haven't bothered to do that yet at all, so that's why it's still in that low resolution mode. So yeah, here we go. We're gonna restart here. It shouldn't try to boot from the CD because the CD isn't bootable, so it's not gonna. At least hopefully, it's not gonna try to boot to it. I don't see how it could anyway. Yes, he's just gonna boot to Windows 98. So yeah, as I said, this is hopefully going to work. You can see kind of right back there. I can point to it. That's the USB card right there. It's all green. It's all lit up. And usually when it's green, it means that it's connected to a wireless network. So I'm not sure why it's showing it's green right now, but we'll see, what happens here. And if not, this might go up as kind of a failed video, but I do kind of want to get this video out this week because I've been working on it for a long time so far, and I would like to get this out. So hopefully this is going to work. That's the PCI card error. It's been doing that before. So you see we have wireless USB card utility. We're going to open that up. Oh, it's already running. Okay, so we're going to go down here. It's giving us signal strength, launch config, utilities. There we go. So let's see if it's actually finding the... Yeah, so it looks like it's got the card in here. So we go to site survey. We're going to connect to our main wireless network here. So this is working with WPA, although I think that mine uses WPA too. Alright guys, so I think this is going to be a kind of abrupt end of this video because I've tried kind of a lot of methods here and just none of them are really working. So I'm just going to kind of call it quits for now. I might revisit this project in the future, but I did just kind of want to get this video out there, I guess, for you guys. If some of you guys were kind of wondering if I was going to ever do this, well, I mean, here you go. I mean, I know this probably wasn't such an interesting video. I was kind of hoping that it would end a little differently, but I do want to get this video out this week because, like I said, I've kind of been working on it for a while now. I've probably spent like a couple days worth of work on this, trying to capture everything and, install and reinstall all these cards and everything, and it's just so... Yeah, kind of, disappointing that it didn't work out the way that I want it to, but yeah, hopefully we could revisit it in the future. Maybe if you guys have any suggestions down below in the comments, I am definitely open to seeing that. and let me know if you guys want to see any more videos like this, hopefully with like a better outcome where it actually works. I do have a couple of videos in this style that I would that I kind of have planned to make, and hopefully, like I said, they'll have kind of better outcomes than this. So again, guys, just thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to like and subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.